Hello and welcome to another speed build with Frimlin. And this is an apartment. It's 122 Hakim House in San Myshuno. And I haven't done this apartment before. There's quite a few apartments that I still haven't built yet. But I had some Sims in my Legacy world that when I visited their apartment they had no furniture, and I think somewhere along the line when I'd moved them in they had lost all their furniture in the house. So I thought, okay, I need to make new furniture for their house, and this was their place, and so I decided it's a good opportunity to come along and make a new apartment build. And it's also been a little while since I made any builds, and I'm really sorry about that, but you know, life gets in the way, right? Yeah, here's another one, and there may be more, we shall see. But yeah, I've mostly been doing Let's Plays, and had a lot of fun doing that. So this apartment has 2 bedrooms. It's got like a master bedroom with ensuite, which you can see in the bottom right corner at the moment, and just above that, closer to the front door, is a kid's bedroom. It's set up for 2 toddlers, but you should be able to change it around quite easily for 2 kids if needed, 2 children, Sims if needed. But the Sims that I made the apartment for have 1 toddler already, so that's why I aimed it for toddlers. Now, they needed a few things in their apartment, including a computer, so there is a computer in the main room, or there will be when I've built it, and I also stuck in a little gym. So that's one of the things that makes it different from the original 122 Hakim House. And yeah, anyway. So this is the kitchen, and oh, actually I completely forgot to tell you that mostly this build is using items from the Cats and Dogs expansion pack. It's also using a few items from City Living because, well, you can't place the apartment without City Living, so I decided it's okay for me to use some items from City Living as well, but there's only a few. For example, there's the little video game console under the television, so you can play some games with other Sims if you want. But yeah, mostly just pet stuff, and the flooring in this kitchen, and in fact in all of the house apart from the bathrooms later on, is from Cats and Dogs. It's a nice kind of rustic wooden planks that came along with the expansion. And yeah, what else have we got? We've got a little bit of decoration from Cats and Dogs in the form of what looks like cat food or dog food on the counter there, and 2 auto-filling cat feeders or dog feeders or whatever. The place is meant for a cat, but I mean, dogs can eat from those bowls as well. The only problem with dogs in apartments is they can't go outside easily. I mean, you don't have dog doors, you can't do dog doors outside, so I don't know how that works. I haven't had a dog in an apartment. Maybe you can tell me in the comments your experiences with dogs in San Myshuno apartments. I'd be very curious to know. But it definitely is okay with cats because there's a litter tray in the bathroom, in the main bathroom. I haven't placed it yet. And so yeah, it's at the very least okay for cats. And if dogs can work in there as well, that's great, but I didn't test it with dogs because I realized, you know, there could be some problems getting dogs in and out, like I said before. So yeah, please tell me if you're having issues with dogs in apartments, because I'd just be curious to know. So this table and all these chairs all came from the expansion, and they're yet again kind of continuing that wooden rustic look. And this fireplace, also from Cats and Dogs. I had a bit of an issue trying to match the colours on that one. There's also some problems with, sometimes when I'm placing lights, they start with a default kind of yellow glow, and that alters your perception of the white items, because the table and chairs are actually white, but they look kind of yellow, thanks to the lighting. But a little bit later on, I moved some Sims in my playtesting world and changed the lighting to all white, and it makes it a lot easier to see the actual colors. Yeah, otherwise I get a bit confused when I'm trying to match items with each other, and I see in other speed builds from other builders that they have the same problems. And you can also have similar lighting issues from lighting coming in from the outside, and also on big objects as well, because it seems that the lighting of items is determined by a fixed point on that item. And so if the item is particularly big and it takes its lighting from just one point along its surface, it doesn't always work out when it extends that lighting across the entire item. It just makes it look really weird. And a good example of that in here, at least, well, at least I think so, is the half wall trim. Never looks right under lighting, inside or out, it seems. Anyway. Whoa, so this is the first time I've done, I'm not sure if it is the first time I've done face cam with a speed build, but it's definitely one of the first times, and I'm doing it in a completely different way. I've already sped up and rendered out the video, and now I'm playing it back and watching it, and I hope it's going to work out okay. But it makes it a bit tricky. I can't stop and pause as easily because I have to stop both the playback of the speed builds and the recording. Poor me. But no, it seems to be fine. Hopefully everything will work out okay. We shall see. But yeah, so a little ensuite. Oh, I should mention that one of the problems with this apartment, all of the apartments in San Marino have like a good thing and a bad thing, or something like that, and usually in the form of the lot trait. In fact, it's always in the form of the lot traits, but some of them have like a physical presence as well, and this apartment is one of them. It's like a historical lot trait for this apartment, and what that means in a physical sense is that 3 kind of plaques, wall plaques, hang up on the wall. Like there's one there, you could just see it for a split second. It's above the toilet in this ensuite. There's another one in the lounge, and then there's a third one somewhere else in the apartment, and they're a little annoying. They kind of get in the way, but they're not as bad as some other lot traits. So that's something to keep in mind for this place, but it doesn't really affect the place that much, just makes it a little annoying when you're decorating it. And if you're someone like me that gets annoyed by not being able to alter everything in the building. But yeah, no big deal really. So I had a few issues trying to get just the right mixture of colors in this main bedroom, and one of the issues was that I was using a bed that only has this one kind of plain variant, or 1 or 2, and this one's the most neutral of all of them, and it has a bit of blue in it. And yet I was trying to make the room more of an orangey, kind of peachy kind of look, and the bed was kind of at odds with that. And yeah, I know I could have made the room a bit more blue to match the bed color, but I decided in the end to change the bed, and I think you see that a little bit later on. And there's another bed that came along with the Cats and Dogs expansion that actually had a more neutral color without the blue in it, and I felt it looked a bit better. Now the layout of this room, by the way, is not final. I do change it quite a bit more before the video is over. You can see this tall, I don't know what to call it, the tall thing in the corner that I'm trying to place that vase on. It is covering one of the plaques on the wall, and it's a little bit, I'm not quite happy with it because you can just see the plaque, so maybe it would be better It's like either I want to completely hide it so that I don't see any of it, or I should just show it. So I've left it as actually as it is, and I hope you don't mind that. But I don't think it looks too bad. Oh well. So yeah, this is the kids' room, and as I said at the start, it has like a toddler focus to begin with, but there's really no reason why you can't go in there and move some of the furniture around and place kids' beds instead once your toddlers are a bit older, or you can have a mixture of one toddler bed and one kid's bed or something like that, whatever you prefer. But yeah, in the end I went for, because the whole apartment has this kind of greyish look, because of the cats and dogs expansion, floor and wallpaper, I made the wallpaper of the kids' room black and white, but with the kind of fun splotches that came along with the toddler's free stuff update. But then I kind of added some kind of accent items I was about to say yellow, in green. So you'll see a few of the items in the kids' room are green. Now there I am, just replacing that bed in the master bedroom, sorry. And this is the master bathroom, or the main bathroom, or whatever you want to call it. And if you've been following my speed builds for a while, you'll know that I have a thing about using walls in bathrooms for privacy. And this isn't the most private bathroom I've done, but I tried to make a compromise because I didn't want to go all out in my usual kind of privacy walls. So basically the idea is that the walls stop the line of sight of Sims as they walk into a room. If you don't have privacy walls like that, then when like a stranger walks into the bathroom and your Sim is on the toilet, for example, there will be an embarrassing situation and both Sims will get embarrassed. And yeah, you can buy traits to, with lifetime satisfaction points to stop embarrassment and stuff like that. And Sims that know each other very well don't have the embarrassment problem. That's why, for example, I don't usually put privacy walls in the ensuite for a master bedroom, but I have put a couple of walls in the main bathroom this time, and some embarrassment will be stopped by those walls, but others won't. Like if your Sim is washing their hands in the sink and then they turn around, they might just see someone in the bath, but hopefully not. Hopefully there's enough walls in there to stop that kind of thing, or at least to stop it a little bit. Just something that annoys me, and I think there are ways of turning it off. Like I think MC Command Center mod, you might be able to turn off privacy problems, but I haven't really looked into it. Maybe it hasn't annoyed me as much as I say it has. But anyway, I tend to make my builds suitable for new players, so you don't have to do anything in advanced to get them working as they are. Like, you shouldn't need to disable privacy to have a private bathroom, and that's also another reason why I don't use the move objects cheat, just to make it simple. I like the build to be placed, and used as it is. So yeah, a few extra lighting options in that bathroom. And here I go, trying to place the Christmas tree, and I think it probably would have worked there, but for some reason the Christmas tree was very dark, and in the end that put me off. And I did try a few options to try and make it a bit lighter, but I couldn't get it working. So a little bit later on I removed the Christmas tree and put something else there instead, a coffee table or something like that. But if you particularly like the Christmas tree being there, maybe you can download the apartment and place the Christmas tree yourself. And it's totally up to you, of course. But yeah, I wanted a little computer area, so we've got this kind of semi open plan thing going on in this apartment, and part of that is having a little office area right next to the dining area. But it works for my Sims, and maybe it will work for your Sims too. I'm a bit disappointed that when you place items like that painting that I tried to downsize, it still remembers the original footprint that it had. And so if you're a non-move objects cheat builder like myself, that means you can't place them easily on the wall. I thought that when you downsize things, you'd be able to have more space to put them on things, but apparently not. So yeah, you still need move objects cheat to be able to get the great placement options that you get with that cheat. And yeah, so what am I doing now? Just decorating the place, really, just adding a bit of extra decoration. I think most of the big things are already in place, so it's just a little bit of decoration. And like all my builds, I playtested it at the end. I brought some Sims I just made with toddlers and cats, and had them running wild, and that was also they're also the same Sims that I've got in the preview screenshots at the end, or video tour, or whatever you call it. So yeah, check that out at the end. But yeah, struggling to think of what else to say about the place. As an apartment goes, it's not a bad little kind of space to build in, and there was quite enough space to build rooms. I mean, I had those 2 bedrooms, and I've got this gym. I could have put a 3rd bedroom instead, but I didn't. I wanted to have a gym. So there was actually quite a bit of space, bit of room to move is what I'm trying to say. And so I didn't feel that the place was very restrictive. And there wasn't really any annoying physical things like strange shapes on the walls. The windows seem to be in decent places. Sometimes when I've built apartments, I've been annoyed with just the shape of the apartment, and you can't change that. It's a bit like doing a collaboration, and you can't change. You're doing the furniture off a collaboration. Someone's already built it, and you can't change the exterior in any way. You can't even change the windows or the shape of the exterior or anything, and that's exactly like apartment building. So yeah, interesting. Love those Tiffany lamps that came along with the expansion, and I think that's the first time I've used those little statues. I mean, I've only done one Cats and Dogs build that I've released, actually. When Cats and Dogs came out, I just wanted to play, and I didn't want to do any building, because when I'm building and preparing a speed build video, for some reason it takes me a lot longer than other people. I think because I'm just probably over perfectionist or something like that, or picky is probably a better word for it. But yeah, it takes me a while, so instead of spending that time on building, I decided in the end to just do some Let's Plays and just play. And so yeah, I produced quite a lot more Let's Plays than usual, and I didn't have the same problem that I usually had with trying to get myself just to play and record it. Sometimes I had issues with that before, but while I had this kind of urge to play, it made it a lot easier to record my playing at the same time. So yeah, that was fun, and I still want to keep playing. I've still got this urge to play, but I realized that it's been so long since my last speed build that I thought I'd better make an effort to actually release a new speed build. I was really determined to use that vase, but I couldn't use it, and it so annoys me that I can't place it on that thing in the top left corner there that I'm trying to place things on now. It just doesn't have enough space for it or something. And if I used Move Objects Cheat, yes, I could place it there, but I don't, so damn. as this apartment is an arts quarter, or whatever it's called in San Myshuno, I thought it would be a good idea to have an easel there so Sims can paint. And I think one of the Sims that I've made this apartment for is a painter, or is creative at least, so should probably like to paint every now and then. So yeah, little gym, nothing too intense, and it still kind of carries the same style as the rest of the house. I mean, usually for gyms I make them kind of bold colors, like I especially like making red gyms. So everything, all the equipment would be red, and the flooring probably red, and some red furniture here and there. But in this place I continued the same color. I think I did try some different wall coverings, and I just thought it didn't really match the rest of the apartment, so I thought I would put it back to the original. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that if you did enjoy it, you'll click the like button and maybe subscribe for more speed builds and let's plays. Thanks again, and take care. Bye bye.